Hello, everyone, and welcome to the plane. How is everyone doing today? I hope you're doing fantastic. Hello, I'm back. I'm alive. I've returned, and I'm mostly done with all the busy stuff, so I should be back to streaming on weekends, except for maybe the Saturday. But how's everyone doing today? Hello, Ronan. Thank you for the Koyuki. Oh, I bet you... Did you hear that? I don't think it came through, because I don't have my wavelength set up on my loading screen. Well, here you go. Here you go. Now you get to hear it. Yeah. But yes, I talked about it a bit. Helped. Yeah, no, I don't have it set up. I should set it up in that scene, so I'll have to go back and do that. But yeah, I was helping run a robotics tournament, and it's really fun. It was at my old college. Good evening. Hello. Good to see you here. It was back at my old college, so I got to see some friends and whatnot. It was a ton of fun. It was very cool. I will say... So I guess two funny stories about the event. So I posted a picture or a video on my Twitter if you're interested in seeing what kind of robotics competition it is. It's really fun. It's a high school robotics competition. So I was not emceeing. I had to like basically welcome them in. I'm not the MC, but I was like an organization sponsor or whatever. So I had to give the opening speeches. And the way that the college that I go to, First, yes. Do you know First? That makes my life so much easier that I don't have to explain what First is. But it is First, yeah, FTC. Yeah, First Robotics, it's a high school or K to 12 robotics competition. And they have a bunch of different levels. FTC is the second largest one. It's very cool. But yeah, so we have to at the college I go to. College I go to, before every single event, they have this land acknowledgement agreement or thing. It's like 5 paragraphs. I agree with it. It's basically saying that like, hey, where we are, it used to be the indigenous peoples, and we took it over, and that's wrong, right? And that's a good sentiment. Like, we're trying to make things better. They tell us, you know, a little history about the area or whatever. It's a nice thing, but the thing is, one, it's like 5 paragraphs long, and it is incredibly boring to read and listen to. But I read it. I've been reading it for a long time, so I just powered through it. It's fine. But the thing is, at these events, especially in the position I'm in, there's 3 positions. The position I'm in, the MC, and the game announcer. You try to wear something to stand out. You don't normally just wear the normal volunteer t-shirt, right? Because MC, you need to know who he is just by looking out on the field. Game announcer, same thing-ish, and then me. I am representing a first partner, basically. So if you need to, like, an answer, I'm the one you need to find. So all 3 of us need to wear something to stand out. And I've been wearing a cowboy outfit at almost every single first event. And it only dawned on me 5 minutes after I had sat down after opening ceremonies that I had read this indigenous people land acknowledgement thing about how they were, fought, like we fought them and, destroyed them to kick them out, dressed as a cowboy. That, not my smartest moment. I see you're enjoying the new emotes. Yes, I added them. They're so cute. Thank you for the idea. I love them. But yeah, it was not the smartest decision. For those of you who are not aware of American culture, there was a time In the Wild West, when the cowboys like to kill the Indians. Yeah. Notice I'm calling them Indians because that's what they called them. It's not the proudest thing. There's a lot of great movies and shows based off of that, but it's not great. So the irony of me reading something about how it was wrong for us to treat the Native Americans the way we did, dressed as a cowboy, someone who persecuted them. So, not the smartest decision, but nobody noticed except for me and one other person I told. So it was fine. Yeah. But yeah, I added a crap ton of emotes, so enjoy them in the 7TV. So if you have 7TV, check them out. I can add up to, so far I can add up to 600, so I don't know how many I'm gonna add. I have like maybe 60 or 70 right now. They're all Genshin, Blue Archive, and I think that's it. Just Genshin and Blue Archive is all I thought of right now. So I'll add some more maybe. I have 1,000 slots. Actually, you know what? Now I think about it, I think I am supposed to get 1,000 slots. I think that's the standard one. So maybe I'll have to look at them. The one thing is they don't show up on OBS. They show up on stream for you guys, but they won't show up on OBS, so I don't even stream. Yeah. It is a nice thing that they do, though. I do like it a lot. I'll have to see. There's got to be a plugin for OBS so I can see them, but I went and downloaded it on my phone. You can get a BTTV app on your phone, and it's the exact same thing as Twitch. It's just it lets you use the 7TV emotes, so it's pretty cool. I'm assuming that's how you're using them right now, Ronan, but yeah. So it was a fun weekend. I'm back. I do have one more event, well, two more events, but one of them is in March and the other one is this weekend, but it's only going to be like 2 hours, so it's not a big deal. I probably won't be able to stream on Saturday unless I go, unless I do it like at night. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I use Chatsen app on mobile. I've never heard of that one. I literally just Googled BTTV emotes on phone, and that's what everyone recommended. So I was like, okay, I'll have to look into that one, see if that one's any better. But yeah. So that's that. We got some strawberry chamomile tea today, very tasty. We're gonna be sipping that throughout the stream as I attempt to remember how to voice act. This is definitely gonna go well. Alright, everything is on. Okay, let's go. Multiple chats all at once. Ooh. Let's go back. Alright, I think that's good here. Let's go ahead. Do 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 do. All right, I think that's good. Continue. 38. That's 12:18. No, I definitely did it earlier than that. 122, 115. Okay, 122. Trial. Oh wait, we finally got to the trial. I forgot. We finally got to the trial, and I'm really excited here. Star Rail went down for the update. Ooh. Isn't there a big update? It's the new Blue Archive. It's nice. It's really nice. It's nothing crazy. Like, honestly, there's really no quality of life. It's just the little UI touch-ups and, you know, little things. It's very cool, though. And the event was very fun. And the best part was they added more relationship quests. So we have 12 relationship quests that we can go through now. It's awesome. It'll be the Penacony Hotel. Oh yeah, they're the one that they've been doing all the ads for. I will say, Honkai has been going insane with the ads, and I love them. Like, Genshin ads are kind of cringe or really boring, Blue Archive ads are literally nothing more than a static image sometimes. Star Rail ads are like usually kind of fun. I actually enjoy the ads for Star Rail. All right, February 9th, 9:47 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 1. I forgot what we gotta do, and now I'm remembering. Mr. Larice? Who's Mr. Larice? Oh, Butts. Yep, I forgot. Hello, Clowning. Welcome. We're just getting started. This is the demon girl. She's evil. Evil. I'm assuming. Oh my, Mr. Larice feels this way about me? Apparently. Oh yeah, and we're Edgeworth. I forgot. The most important part, we are Edgeworth. Apparently he isn't aware of your real secret at all. This is no time to be embarrassed. I'm sorry. Cry, see if I care. I'm just hardly accustomed to that sort of thing. Oh, shut up. Worry not, and in any case, whatever it was that he saw on that night of the incident, mark my words, I will drag it out of him. Does that mean Mr. Larice is the witness today? No. I believe that none will be the first to take the stand. No Gumshoe, interesting. We have to put Gumshoe up there, right? I guess Gumshoe is not a witness, he's the reporter or whatever they call him. Sister Bikini. She claims to have seen the very incident in which you carried out the crime. I just want to ask you one last time. It really wasn't you who killed Miss Elise Donham, correct? That is correct. It wasn't me. Very well then. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes? You're a prosecutor, aren't you? Are you sure about this? If your true identity is revealed? Don't worry. I've made the necessary arrangements. I see. Iris? It is a prosecutor's job to doubt people. But right now, I am a defense attorney. Oh, he's learning. Unfortunately, he's learning on the wrong person. As a defense attorney's job, it is to believe in people and to believe until the bitter end. That's what my friend told me once. His friend. They're best friends. Oh wait, I forgot. Yeah, and... oh wait, let me do it like this. Yeah, my badge. I forgot about it. There we go. Mr. Edgeworth. I simply ask that you watch and decide for yourself whether or not I am fit to do the task that I have been entrusted. Very well, sir. I leave my defense in your capable hands. I'm glad you're enjoying all the emotes. February 9th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 7. Also, I don't know, did that like 20 emote slots, did that apply to everyone? Because it didn't apply to me. Or is that a future update? Because I was excited, but I don't, it did not apply to me yet. Bonk. Court is now in session for the trial of Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh, he looks so good. Yeah, for Twitch. The defense does indeed appear to be ready. However, the same cannot be said for the prosecution in this case. Indeed. Should apply to all affiliates. I haven't found it yet. I'll have to check again. Because I went there and it didn't let me add anymore. Well, I can add as many as I want, but, you know, assign them, I mean. I'm not sure I like such a blatant waste of this court's time. An empty prosecutor's chair could only mean that the prosecutor has no confidence in their ability to prove this case. It would seem that this case was already over before it had a chance to begin. Bonk. Okay. Whatever. I'm ready to announce my verdict at this time. The court finds the defendant... No way. No way. What? What? Wait, I'm not ready. Wait, what? Wait, But you were what? My heart isn't ready. What? Oh, whoa, indeed. Oh my goodness. I was expecting Godot. What are you doing here? Hi. She's pretty as ever. Alright, are you ready for my awful accent? Wait, she doesn't have an accent. The prosecution stands ready. And you are? Francisco von Karma, prosecuting protege. Von Karma, you say? Perchance, you wouldn't be of any relation to the legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma. He's dead to me. Legend are a thing. Yeah, I don't think she has an accent. They took her accent away. At least in the translation. I'm gonna still give her one. For now. Legends are a thing of the past. I am a von Karma, that's all. Upon a special request, I flew in today for the purposes of prosecuting this case. You did? Then you must be quite a big shot, eh? By the way, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. I am almost certain that I've seen you somewhere before, or am I just imagining things? You look very much like a prosecutor I met once. I believe you are imagining things, Your Honor. Miss Von Karma, do you have anything to say? We know each other, right? We should know each other at this point. There is no such weakling as this man among those... Well, oh my god. There is no such weakling as this man among those of the prosecutor's office. There isn't? But I'm sure once before... I told you, there is no such weakling. Oh, she's helping us. Okay. The judge being surprised and not doing... He's the judge duties pre-trial. Yeah, no, you're gonna learn this guy doesn't do anything. He sits there all day. And he does nothing. What is that, a whip? I'm not sure I care for such a thing in my courtroom. Bailiff, remove that whip at... Hold it! I have no objection to the whip. Yes! We're keeping the whip. Let's go. You don't? The prosecution can wield a whip or drink 17 cups of coffee. But there is still only one truth. That is what I stand here to prove today. Nice. This promises to be interesting, Miles Edgeworth. I had expected to face Phoenix Wright here today. But looking at you now, maybe this is what I have been waiting for all this time. Miles Edgeworth, I will not allow this chance to crush you with slip through my fingers, Jesus. It's gonna take me a while to get used to this. I see you brought your flair for histrionic. For the histrionic. Allow me to add the... Oh my god, dude. Can you tell it's been 4 days since I've streamed? Allow me to add the things I'm not sure about. People acting bizarrely in my court. The stage is set. Now continue with the proceedings, Your Honor. Bonk. Very well, Miss Von Karma. Please give an outline of this case. With as little whipping as possible. The murder victim is the famed picture book author, Miss Elise Dornham. Her body was found in the Azakura Temple courtyard. She had been stabbed through the torso by a ceremonial sword from a golden statue. Ugh. The sword in this picture is the weapon in question, correct? Very well, the court accepts this photo of the crime scene. Crime photo added to the court record. What was it now? There is no mistake. This was the doing of Sister Iris. Okay. After all, there is a witness to her crime. Very well. Please bring this witness to the stand. And so it begins, my first and last trial as a defense attorney. I feel like your spin-off game says something else. Witness, state your name and occupation, please. Oh, hold on right there. I'm not sure about I'm not sure about being not sure if I care for this at all. Could you at least make it easy to read? Witness, please stand up and sit straight. The poor woman, she's doing her best. If I recall correctly, there are a few milk crates in the defendant's lobby for our back pain-plagued witness. Bailiff, fetch a crate for this poor lady, please. Here she is. Once again, your name and occupation, please. Little old me? Well, I'm the head nun of Hazakura Temple on Eagle Mountain. My name is Bikini, you got it? Bikini. Nice to meet everyone. Stop being horny for everyone you see, please. But you don't appear to be wearing a bikini right now. Ooh-ah! He ooh-ah'd. Ooh-ah. The courtroom is the garden of holy judgment. Those with lechery in their hearts should leave the sanctuary at once. Damn. Damn, she will not stand for the horniness. I'm here for this. Good job, Franziska. You want me to leave? No need to get your bikinis in a twist. Gross. Let me tell you, I'm a sight to behold in summer. In any case, witness, I hear that you saw the crime take place on the night in question. That's right. I can still hardly believe it myself, to be honest. There's no way my dear little Iris could do anything like that. Bonk. Let us hear what you have to say then. First, tell us about your own movements that night, eh? Alright, the first one. The night of the murder. That night I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple, but, well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to the Hazakura temple. There's no bath at the inner temple, you see, and I needed a long hot soak. It was after I had finished, just as I was heading back, that's when I saw it. I think I got hiccups. Great. So it was simply a coincidence that you found yourself returning to Hazakura Temple? Yes, you could say that. If my back hadn't been in so much pain, I would have stayed at the inner temple. That sounds like a pretty important statement she just made. There's only one problem with this testimony that I can see. And you're not about to fall at that first hurdle, now are you, Miles Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth, please begin your cross-examination. Alrighty, here we go.
Hold it!
What is this inner temple? Well, see, conversing with the spirits is what we train people to do, right? Well, we'll be the ones asking you the questions, madam. In order to do that, a place is strong and spiritual power is required. There's a small temple across Dusky Bridge called the Inner Temple. Acolytes must spend an entire night there to undergo intense training. And how exactly do you help with the process? It is all quite exacting. It can't be performed without a nun supervising. Like a tutor watching to make sure a spoiled child studies. Oh, damn. Listen. A tutor with a whip in your case. In that case, if that is the case, then why did you return to the Hazakura Temple, where the murder took place? Oh. Are you a real person? If you're a real person, I might consider it. Just kidding! You're getting banned! Get banned! Banned! Get out of here. Alright. Well, okay, I already read this. Okay. Violently. That's right. It's no laughing matter, especially in winter. I can't hold anything heavier than a knife and fork during the cold months. Just being alive is like strict training. On the night of the murder, what was this fabulous back of yours again? Wait, what? That's right, raging like a bull in a pig pen. I'm almost fainted once or twice. I just knew that unless I warmed it up, it was going to finally finish me off. Yeah. You left Iris to help. With what? What do you think? The Acolyte's training, of course. It was just past 10 p.m., so we were starting to enter into the training exercises proper. Wasn't it your place to remain with the disciple? Well, the job is simply to watch over the Acolytes so they don't pass away. Just to confirm this point again, that night, you met Iris in the inner temple, correct? Yes, yes. She's a gentle, honest girl. She's never once failed to follow my directions. Remember that for later. So you returned to the Hazakura temple in order to take a bath. My back is to blame for everything. It's a do or be done in kind of world after all. How long were you in the bath, if you don't mind me asking? My, what a filthy little rogue you are. I know what's on your mind. Ma'am, I'm into men. I bet the next question is going to be, where exactly did you wash? Ah, this is why you have to watch the young ones. What are you going on about? I was, pathetic, Mars Edgeworth. The lowest of the low. Is there some sort of kick-me sign stuck to the defense's bench? Anyway, I couldn't afford to be away from my post for too long. You understand, so... Epic. I'm glad Edgeworth gets beat up now. The crime took place in the courtyard, correct? When you go from my room to the main hall, you have to take a winding hallway from which you can see the courtyard. That's right. In other words, it was pure coincidence that the witness saw the crime taking place before her eyes. There was no complicated setup in this case. That certainly seems to be true. There is indeed only one problem with this testimony. If I can clearly point out what it is, then I can begin to quantify just how good this witness' memories and observation skills are. Alright, I'm looping around again. Alright. So I'm assuming we have to prove that she couldn't be at the inner temple. Or she had to be there or whatever. Cause loss, blood loss, body fell 10 feet after death. Okay. It was in her room. Oh, what's in this picture here? The bottle of magic. There's a castle in the back. Very pretty. Bum, 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 bum. Alright. What does it say? Oh, the secret. Do, 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 do. Alright, the Misty's. A hanging scroll. Her finger. Where's the ball? Where's the magic ball? The orb. The orb. Y'all remember the orb in, what city is it? Okay, I just don't think they added the, fancy schmancy translations. In the first time she showed up, they actually changed the lettering to give her an accent, but they guess they took it away, but It's a little German here. Unless I guess she learned at this point to not speak? I don't know. Alright, I was helping an acolyte with her training, but the back acted up. I left Iris. I didn't mean to do that. Come on. Alright, so I left Iris to help and return to the Hazakura temple. There's no bath, and I needed a long hot soak. That's when I saw it. She didn't even explain what she saw. Alright, I'm gonna guess that it's here. Alright, and I'm going to use... Well, I can use her testimony, I guess? Or I could use the map. I'm gonna try the map first. Alright, it was not the map, so let's see what the funny deadline is. This evidence clearly reveals that the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I'm afraid I cannot accept that. Well done, Your Honor. What? I was only testing you just now. Well, then why don't you try testing this penalty too? Ouch. It looks like I shouldn't have spoken in haste. Probably not, no. That's funny. It's like, waha, I've outsmarted you. Alright, let's try the testimony. There we go. Witnesses have to undergo their own trials, I'm afraid. The defendant's fate rests on their powers of observation and memory after all. Well, 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 don't worry, I'm more than up to the task. I'm a woman of faith after all, the head honcho of the Hazakura temple. In that case, Miss Honcho, I'd like you to explain something for me. The discrepancy between your testimony and that of the defendant, Iris. She claims after ringing the lights out bell, she went back and stayed in her room. Which means she did not go to the inner temple at all. No, she said that. A defendant or witness. Who is more likely to lie, do you suppose? The defendant is simply lying to cover her back. But that is completely illogical. The murder was committed in the courtyard of the Hazakura temple. Claiming that she went to the inner temple would make for a much better alibi. Get got. But that is odd. Whatever the reason, I can't believe that she would lie. She does indeed have honest eyes. Judge, you need to stop. You need to stop it. Franziska, get the whip. Called it. Let's go. All people lie. That is my belief. Why am I the only one being whipped here? Bonk. Anyway, neither the witness nor the defendant have any reason to lie. Which means we must call your memory into question. Dear, dear, dear. You're older than me and yet you want to play that game, do you? That isn't exactly what I... My memory is perfect, crystal clear, especially in the winter. Bonk. Then I suppose it's too early to end this cross-examination, eh? Mr. Edgeworth, if you are going to question the memory of this witness, you will need to show more a decisive piece of evidence. Understood, Your Honor. I was naive to think that alone would do the trick. Then please add your comments to about a boot. A boot. It's a typo. They wrote a boot. Wow. I never make typos, so I'm allowed to call this out. To the testimony, and let us return to the cross-examination. Hugh. Alright. Iris came, she was dressed exactly... Okay, so this is new. Iris came to the inner temple, she was dressed exactly as she had been at dinner. Are you sure that you're not making a mistake? You, young man, need to get your estimation of me from the floor. Up from the floor. Iris always wears the same clothes. The smallest thing out of place would have stood out like a sore thumb to me. You're making a mistake. Thinking I made a mistake. An excellent finish there, witness. Still, I have to wonder. Oh, we have the, receive before the lights out. Easy. There's no bath at the inner temple, you see. Okay. So it's just this. And then, no, I don't need to press. She's clearly Angie. She's the real villain. Ta! Witness, let's get one thing straight. The defendant whom you claim to have met, she was wearing this demon-warding hood, correct? Of course. That is a very important piece of clothing, I'll have you know. Wait a minute. Yeah, get raw. Get got. Hold it right there. Why do you have that? That's the question of the day now, isn't it, Miss Von Karma? I'll have you know that this hood was given to someone as a gift that night, before the lights out bell was rung. What? You know where I'm going with this, don't you? If the witness had seen the defendant as she claims, then the iris she saw should have been missing this very hood. Well. Look at those crates that she's standing on. It's not a bad feeling at all, exposing contradictions like this. Now I understand that happy look on Wright's face every time he does it. Bonk. Order in the Wah! Sister, this hood, you have a spare ones around the temple, don't you? Spares? Well, I do tend to make too many of them. I see. A stockpile, a surplus of hoods, eh? Each nun is only given one hood. This should be the only hood that Iris owned. Then this is quite strange. Wah! If there was a surplus of hoods, then she could have won one of those. There is no contradiction here. I'm sorry to break this to you, Miss Von Karma, but you won't get away this easily. Discrepancies such as this will sow seeds in any human heart. The seeds of doubt. Witness, while I don't wish to call your testimony into doubt, you must give every detail with precision. I'm not sure I'm comfortable going along with this. Sister, you shall continue with your testimony. Tell us what you saw after finishing your bath on your way back to that inner temple. Those seeds of doubt are sprouting in the judge's heart. They just need a little more stimulation to bear fruit. Contradictory. Stimulation. I almost said simulation. After my bath. I finished my bath around 11, and I thought I should return to the inner temple. And I was walking back, I heard a noise from the courtyard. I took a look and... Iris was... Oh, Mystic Elise. Iris was... Oh wait. And with that sword, of all things... Sentiating simulation. Ah, yes. Funny words. Mystic Elise was staying in the corner room which faces out onto the courtyard. The stabbing I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out of her window. Interesting. You saw a truly terrible sight, didn't you? If I was in your place, then it would be much like Miss Von Karma wiping Mr. Edgeworth in court. Whipping. And me seeing it all from my very chair. Well, something like that. This judge, his imagination is about as vivid and creative as Detective Gumshoe. I would look the fool if I commented on such foolishness. Anyway, this case is mine, Miles Edgeworth. Calling everyone by their full name. Can't you do something about that habit of yours? Damn. Alright. How far is it from your room to the inner temple? Let me think a moment. About 20 minutes on the stumps of mine. These stumps of mine. It's about 50 minutes to Dusky Bridge from Hazakura Temple. The inner temple is just beyond that bridge. Still, you never made it back there that night, did you? That's right. I was heading along the walkway toward the main hall. You say you heard a noise. Thump, just like that. That could only be the sound of the victim falling. It's very quiet in the temple, you know. You can even hear the snow falling from the branches. Thump, just like that. But then, couldn't this noise you have heard been snow falling to the ground? I never thought of that. Ho 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 ho! Ah! The next one who laughs will get a whipping. Well, whatever the source of the sound, I looked over at the courtyard and... What did you see? This is the second time that the witness has testified to seeing the defendant, but some doubt remains in these claims. Hey, just what does that mean? Just because you were a good-looking young man doesn't give you the right to... The murderer who stabbed the victim with the sword. Sister Bikini, try to recall exactly who you saw, as clearly as you can. Well, you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you. Oh, now that you mention it... There was something awfully strange about her. Something that has been bugging me all this time. Please don't keep us in suspense. Her hood. Her hood? That's right, it's coming back to me. Iris, she wasn't wearing her hood. I thought something was out of place, but it all makes sense now, doesn't it? After all, she'd given that hood away to someone, right? Ugh. I mean, could she not just be lying? Oh! Thank you for the follow, Chibs. I appreciate it. Welcome to the Bean Brain Base. I hope you enjoy my cringe voice acting. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Ugh. Ha! You've dug your own grave, Miles Edgeworth. Bonk. What did you say, Mr. Edgeworth? Is this testimony important? Yeah, sure. It's always important. After I make a nice little save. This may initially appear to put me at a disadvantage, but I can't see any other leads at the moment. Your Honor, I would like these new statements to be added to the testimony. Miles Edgeworth. If you want to hang yourself, you only need to ask. I'll gladly lend you my whip. Oh boy. Oh boy. Of course, you make good much effort. Oh, thank you. Fran is cool. Yeah, I'm so bad at accents. They're the worst. And you would think I used to speak fluent German, but that's the problem. Is I grew up learning German and English both fluently, so I don't have an accent. Nor do I know I kind of get the idea, but I should be able to be much better at the German accent, but I'm not. Maybe I'll just have to learn German again, and I'll get the accent back. Witness, add that statement to your testimony. No problem. Now that you mention it, oh, I don't care. Wait, oh, I have to go back. Stop it! Stop it! Okay, I did this one. She didn't have her hood. Okay. You are sure about that? Yes, after all, we always wear the same clothes. Ah, I don't mean because we're poor, you understand. It's our style. Yes, that's it. Okay, so you guys are broke. Brokies! Can I still say that? Is that still relevant? Is Tate still, like, around and doing stuff? I know he's, like, in prison or something, but... Oh, no. They're broke. They're broke! That's my next voice. I gotta learn how to be Andrew Tate. Honestly, I just beat this case. Oh, nice. On the Apollo bit. No spoilers. Yes, thank you. I do every now and then. I ask for help. So if I ask for help, feel free. But yeah, I do ask for no backseating. So I appreciate that for not no spoiling. All right. There's absolutely no need to explain yourself. Anyway, she looked different from normal, so that really stuck out. Like me holding a Whippet puppy instead of my Vip. What does a Whippet puppy? I don't know what a brokey is. Consider yourself lucky. I'm gonna look up what a Whippet puppy is. Hello, Dizzy. Yes, her name is Bikini. And it's adorable. Whippet puppy. Oh, it's a cute little pupper. Hold on. It's a pupper. Whippet puppy. Whippet. Whippet puppies for sale. Cute. Okay. I was just curious. Now I know. Get your Whippet puppies from Amazon or so, I don't know. At least then it might bite. At least then it might bite you and not someone else. Iris didn't have her hood on, I'm sure of it. Very well. Now, please tell us about the victim, eh? Oh, wait, I forgot. Hold on. Yeah. I think it was... Yeah. And yay! Go look at Dizzy. Dizzy's cool. Ask for help. I will, as I did the case like 20 minutes ago. Oh god, that's cool. But I like to listen to someone play as I get it. It might help me focus. Nice. Please don't buy live animals from Amazon. I didn't even know you could do that. I was kind of oh, I guess you could buy like fish and whatnot. Yeah, no problem, Dizzy. Nargun. Alright, here we go. From Amazon? I don't see why not. You could probably buy fish off of... I know you can buy like ladybugs. You can buy caterpillars, butterflies, or not butterflies. What world are you buying fish from Amazon? I don't know. I'm pretty sure you can buy them. Hold on, this is... Hold on, Edgeworth. We gotta do some investigation here. I'm not gonna display capture because I think I have my personal information on here. Let's take a peek. Fish. Yeah, you can buy 2 to 3 inch albino rainbow shack. First thing that is that real? You can just buy tropical fish. Populate your fish tank. Yeah, you can just buy fish. Recently bought together. You can also buy worldwide. Yeah, you can buy a lot of tropical fish apparently. You just buy animals, yeah. I feel like that's crazy, but yeah, you can just straight up buy fish. 5 assorted platy live tropical fish. I will say don't buy it, because I do know, I'm pretty sure a lot of these are probably not, well, definitely they're not ethical because you're shipping them in the mail, but I think some of them might be like illegally caught or smuggled. So this is mostly a you can literally do this. It ships within 9 to 10 days. It's wild. I kind of want to buy one now though. I just want to like I want to say like is this a scam? Is this real? No, they're like legitimate like fish companies with actual ratings. Oh my god, you can buy so many different kinds of fish. It's crazy. Double tail betas. Oh my god, they sell me. They have mystery snails. Assorted 5-pack. Why would you call it that? It's a live animal. I would never call that a live pack. An assorted mystery snail. That's gross. Why would you call that? Gotcha snails. That's awful. They're $4 a snail. Oh my god. Phoenix, we might need to do a case against Amazon. What the heck is going on here? I'm gonna look into that. That looks insane. You can buy fish. Let's go. That's crazy. Like bugs I could kind of imagine, like worms for fish, like for fishing, I could imagine. I don't know about like live fish though, that's crazy. Alright, I gotta get back to this, so I could look at this all day. Alright. The room the victim was staying in overlooked the courtyard, correct? Which means the victim's room was on the second floor. No, Hazakura Temple is a single-story building. The mountain itself slopes downward, which elevates the main gate side of the temple and the guest rooms in the back to about the height of a two-story building. I see. And the victim was staying in one of these elevated rooms, correct? Yes, I should know. I'm the one who carried her things to her room after all. Alright. Bang bam. What makes you so sure of all this? It's just like I told you earlier. I heard a noise from the courtyard, okay? Thump! Just like that. You're one smart sister, I'll give you that. The autopsy report states that the victim's body was covered in bruises, indicating a fall from around 10 feet in height. It appears that the witness was not mistaken then. Yep, I'm more than just a pretty face, especially in winter. I'm a woman of faith after all, the head honcho of Hazakura Temple. There's only 2 of them working there. What's Waldmeyer's worth? Also no snappy comeback remark. Generating insult. Generating insult. It doesn't feel like she's lying. This is very powerful testimony too. She claims to have seen the instant in which the defendant stabbed the victim. There are only 2 things I can believe in now. My client Iris and my own abilities as a defense attorney. Okay. Around 11 p.m. and I was like, I should go to the temple. As I was walking back, I heard a noise from the courtyard. Took a look, and Iris was with the sword of all things. Iris didn't have her hood. Mystic Elise was staying in the corner room, which faces onto the courtyard. After she was pushed out of her window. Doesn't feel like she's lying. This is very powerful. Okay. What do we got on the record here? Let's make a save, a baby save. Baby save time. Okay. We've got a picture. I don't see anything off about this picture, really. From 10 to 11, body fell 10 feet and then died. Wait. Loss of blood from stab in the back. Body fell 10 feet after death. Oh. So she died, then she fell. Okay. Well, that makes that pretty easy. Guys, I learned. I actually read. I read something correctly for once. Okay. Do 10:45. Alright, I think it's that, so let's go ahead and do that. The sword of all things. The stabbing I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out of the window. Okay. I think it's the last one. So the stabbing I saw must have occurred after I pushed her out of the window, but the autopsy says no. Impressive logic, that That's what I'd like to say anyway. Oh, please do. My brain is something else, especially in winter. However, I think you are overlooking one thing. Miss Von Karma, would you be so kind as to take another look at the autopsy report? The autopsy report? The victim did fall from a height of 10 feet. However, this fall was after she was killed. Ah! That's right, it says after death right here. The scene the witness claims to have seen is contradictory. If the defendant stabbed and killed the victim there in the courtyard, how did the victim then go on to take the 10-foot fall? Ah! Bonk. Order! The victim was killed and then fell. If that is the case, then the victim must have been killed in her room, don't you agree? That is the logical conclusion. Yes, that's right. The victim must have been stabbed by the defendant in her own room. And then she was thrown out of her window down into the courtyard below. Were there any signs of a struggle in Miss Donham's room? She was stabbed with a sword. That would leave a bloodstain, wouldn't you agree? Well, Miss Von Karma, was there any blood? Wah! No traces of blood were found in the victim's room. The whip just caused two traces of blood to be found in my glorious playoff beard. What the hell is a playoff beard? I don't want to know. However, if there was no blood in the room... Ah! Let me finish the lines, goddammit, if you're not going to give me a log. I'm sure there's no need for me to go over this, as I'm sure your honor is well aware of when a stab wound produces the most blood. When it produces the most blood? Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of the blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from the body, that would be when the blade is removed. Indeed, with the weapon still in place, it acts like a lid on the wound. That's true. With the weapon still in the body, there wouldn't be much bleeding. A perfectly reasonable line of thinking. We have to come to a conclusion then. The victim was thrown out of the window with the sword still in place. This removes all of the contradictions. Does it though? Bonk, bonk, bonk. I feel like it doesn't. Order! I must admit that this is a probable version of events. I'd expect no less from Franziska von Karma. She locates and takes control over every vital point. It seems that we need a clear testimony from the witness. Remove all suspicion or supposition on your part and tell us only the facts, please. Witness, please, remain standing on the crate. Don't go selling me short now. Come on. The weight of winter snow has bent me out of shape, especially my back and my mood. Sister, please, give us your testimony. I will give you a vigorous massage once we are finished here. Me every winter, yeah. Me currently having my space heater cranked to 100 right behind me. With the whip. I'd like a massage with a whip. Oh boy, alright. Go lesbians, here we go, lesbians. She might be... I don't know if Bikini is. I don't think it's that kind. She's definitely into younger men, if you know what I mean. When I looked across the scene, the sword was already in place. Thinking about it now, I didn't actually see her stab Mystic Elise. Bisexual, then Lady of Culture. Yeah, we'll go with that. Close enough. Franziska is for sure. Oh yeah, woman. Nah. Although, you know what? To each of their own. It's all headcanon. In reality, no one is romance. No romance takes place in this game. Well, no good romance. All romance ends in sadness. I've never seen so much blood before. That's when I fainted. You can't blame me, can you? Then when I awoke, Mystic Amy... When I woke, Mystic Amy was stabbing Mystic Elise through her back. This all confirms Miss Von Karma's theory. Von Karma strive for nothing but perfection. Putting together such facts is nothing for me. You should know that, Miles Edgeworth. Perfection is an impossibility, Franziska Von Karma. This is my first playthrough. Yes, it is. So, I'll actually tell you. So, I've been playing the Professor Layton games and the Ace Attorney games. I've been playing them for over, probably now a year. Basically, I think I started with Ace Attorney, yeah. But I've been playing one Ace Attorney game and then a Professor Layton game. And we go back and forth. And so this is the third one. After this, we have one more Professor Layton game. And then I'm going to play the crossover game / watch the animes in Discord. So, yeah, this is the third Ace Attorney game. But yeah, this is my first playthrough for all of these, except for I played the second Professor Layton before. But besides that, all of the games I've been playing on this Monday night have been first playthroughs. So yeah, they've been really fun though. I haven't decided. I do want to play, because there's more Professor Layton games and there's more Ace Attorney games. I haven't decided if I'm going to go on and do the Apollo games, or if I'm going to do the Miles Edgeworth spin-off kind of stuff or whatever. I haven't decided yet. But there are 3 more Professor Layton games to pair up, so whatever 3 I pick. I might make it a poll, ask what people want to see. Because I know the Apollo one's just released on Steam, so... And then one of my friends is playing through the Ace Attorney series, the Ryunosuke one, so... I've been kind of watching that. But yeah, I haven't decided yet. But yeah, after this, we have one more Professor Layton game. I think it's... not Curious Village, Diabolical Box, then... Oh my god, I should know. There's one more Professor Layton game after this. And then the crossover. And I'm so excited for that one. And I'm here to teach you just that. Dun 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 dun. When I looked across... Wait. Okay. Look and press. At that time, was the victim bleeding? Well, I was very shocked to be seeing all of this, of course. So, I'm not entirely sure. But I don't think I saw any blood, not then. I'm not sure that you didn't. The weapon was acting as a plug in the wound. In any case, let's be clear on one very important point. Did you actually see the instant which the victim was stabbed? Played all the Ace Attorney games before I played all the Ace Attorney games before I started playing release of the Apollo series. Okay, haven't played Layton, I've considered it. They're super fun. Crossover. Or you've considered playing the crossover, yeah. Be the only Ace Attorney Orient game that I haven't played. Nice. Yeah, well, I'm excited to play it. I don't know if I'm assuming it's gonna be great, because I love both series. Honestly, I didn't know anything about Ace Attorney. I knew like a couple memes or whatever and stuff, but I never heard of it really until I came up with the idea, the flip-flop. And it's been long. I said I started this almost 2 years ago now. I've been playing one a week. Or I've been doing one stream a week of either Ace Attorney or Professor Layton. I do other streams, I should say. I mostly play Genshin, or right now I'm playing a lot of Blue Archive and then other random games, but Monday nights is reserved for this, whatever this is. Alright. Thinking carefully, this is very important. It's Iris we're talking about here. I'm thinking it for all I'm worth. No, when I looked over, the sword was already in Mystic Elise's body. It might not be conclusive, but this testimony supports her theory. The victim was stabbed in her room. The victim was stabbed in her room, then dropped into the courtyard. I think this proves it rather well, Miles Edgeworth. Stop saying my name like that. No, go back. Boo, boo, boo. So you're saying that you saw the victim's blood? That's right. Some of it had splattered onto Iris too. When the defendant was arrested, she was meditating in her room. And her blood-fleckled clothing was neatly folded in the corner. What? Her clothes were blood-fleckled as well? That seems quite conclusive to me. What should I do? Press this point further? Of course. Going back to your previous statement, you said that you saw a little bleeding when the victim was stabbed. But now you say you saw the victim bleeding? Well, I say that what I saw is what I saw. What did you see? Maybe I didn't see the poor woman get stabbed, but I saw the girl pull the sword out of her, plain as day. Pulling the sword out? Well, it wasn't exactly pulling, it was more like came out. Bonk. Ayo, she pulls out. Yeah. I haven't heard of the Layton game until the crossover, but I've heard of lots of riddles. Yeah. It is definitely the main mechanic is just solving puzzles. But the story is the stories are also top notch. And Layton's voice actor. Ooh. It's worth just looking it up. Just looking up his voice. Actually, I got you. Here he is.
And since when did archaeology involve kidnapping young women?
There you go. Man. There you go. That's what he sounds like. So I love it. It's also one of the only games I played when I was pretty young, so it's nostalgic for me. Witness, you will add this statement to your testimony. Oh, was that important? Yeah, get it. You should get it for him. He's, oh yeah, definitely get it for him. More important than you can imagine. I saw the instant which the blade plunged. Smoothly, you say? You're saying you saw the sword smoothly slide out? That's right. The whole thing happened right next to the gold statue Mystic Amy. Interesting. Mystic Elise was on the ground and Iris stooped over her. The sword was buried up to the hilt. When Iris stood up, the sword in her hand just slid out of Mystic Elise's body. It slid out from the gaping wound. Ah! It goes without saying that if the sword was removed that there would be bleeding. Nothing out of place here. Is that really the case? I can't help but feel that there is something about this testimony that is very out of place. That is something which couldn't have possibly happened, appears to have happened. Whoops. Oh my god, stop it! Go back. Here we go. Was the bleeding caused by the killer removing the sword? No mistaking it, I remember it all clear as day. Don't you think that's a bit odd? What do you mean, Mas Edgeworth? Why would the killer pull out the sword? What? If all she wanted to do was place the weapon in the hand of the gold statue, then there was no reason to remove it from the body. All that would have accomplished is causing the victim to bleed unnecessarily. Your thoughts on Miss Von Karma? That's... I honestly don't get his point there. I don't get what he's trying to prove with that. Indeed, it is strange now that you mention it. I'm going to need to find an answer to this mystery too. Anyway, the witness saw something terrible. So what did you do after that, witness? Now, on to what the killer did next. You saw none of it, correct? Well, I was unconscious. How long were you out for? I don't know. 10, maybe 20 minutes? A young man with a very prickly looking head woke me up. By stepping on me, actually. I'm not sure I like that method of resuscitation. Well, I wasn't asking for mouth-to-mouth or anything of the sort. But I would have welcomed a more gentle awakening right about then, let me tell you. I shall have words with the offender personally. Oh yeah. If it smells, it's probably the butts. How could you step on her? What did you see upon awakening? Mystic Amy, you are... Oh, by Mystic Amy, you are referring to the golden statue, correct? Where are the EMTs? Fainting for that long is not great. Listen, Dizzy, you're gonna realize that, if you try to apply real-world logic to this game series, you're gonna be very upset. I've tried. Real-world rules don't apply. It's very sad. It sucks because it's in a game where you're trying to figure out what happened, but the real-world laws don't apply. I've been burned many a time for trying to apply just basic physics. And, yeah, it did not end well. Me writing anything, I don't need to do research, yes. Basically how they did this. That being said, this is still a great game. Just stabbing someone with a Shichishito or sacred treasure is terrible enough. But to then make Mystic Amy hold the blade... Fair and valid of them, yeah. To be fair, there's only been, I think, maybe 3 times in this entire series where I thought one of their solutions or contradictions truly didn't make any sense, and I thought was really dumb. So they got a pretty good track record, but there were those few times where I'm like, really? That's really dumb, but most of the time they're pretty good, so. A truly heinous and despicable crime. It is easy to despise something, anyone can do that. However, there is something that cannot be done so easily. Whatever it is, I'm sure it's doubly hard for you. Anyway, what is the problem? Exactly why would the killer set up this gruesome scene? Can anyone explain the reasoning behind that? No, I don't think I can. We know you can't. There's always a logical reason behind why someone acts. That's true. So true. In early spring, for example, I often find myself... There isn't always. That phrase might come in handy someday. Aww. There are too many unnatural elements in this case. Why is it necessary to use the Shichishito from the Amy statue as a weapon? Why was the weapon ultimately placed back in the hand of the statue? If I can expose the flaws in this testimony, perhaps then I will begin to find the truth. At that time, was the victim bleeding? Alright, we're looping around again. Okay, I saw the sword was already in place. I did not see her stab Miss Elise. I saw the instant the blade punched into the hill. It was smoothly drawn out. Okay. I've never seen so much blood. It's when I fainted. Was stabbing Mystic Elise in through the back. Why was it necessary to use the Shichishito as a weapon? And why was it placed back into the statue? If I can expose those flaws, we'll find the truth. I would like to look at my evidence. There's no blood. If it were placed up to the hilt, then there would be blood all the way, right? Is that what they want me to do? Also, I know this is gonna be one of those things where I'm like, real world, but that hole should be way bigger. Like, you see how the hole wraps around the sword? It should, like, look at these spikes. It should be way bigger of a hole. I don't know if that's part of it, but that's what I'm... Also, there should be blood all the way up the sword. I think that's what they want me to say. So, let's make another save. Number 4. All the way up. This one, right? Okay, let's see. Yeah! It's not this one. Big rip. You saw nothing. Alright. Was already in place. I didn't see her stab Mystic Elise. Who's doing that as well? Yeah, I baby save. I make sure. Never seen so much blood before. Maybe I show it on that picture. I'm gonna show it on this frame. Nope, and not here. Alright, what else do we got? We got loss of blood from stab in the back. Could still be the autopsy report, but we just did that. Because, right, if she's saying she died because the knife or the sword was pulled out of her back, causing her to bleed. So she couldn't have seen that because she had already fallen. So, what else do we got here? Right, that doesn't matter right now. This doesn't matter. That's the map. What does this say? Has the suspect's fingers on it. Maybe I show this instead of the picture. Aha! I just did the wrong thing. Okay. Sister Bikini, you are a let me try that again. Sister Bikini, you are a reliable witness. At least I'd like to think so, but there are too many contradictions here. What do you mean? You make it sound like as though I'm a liar. But you are a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you. What contradictions are you talking about? In the scene that the witness claims to have seen, the weapon was thrust up to its hilt into the victim. Yeah, okay, so I just did the wrong thing. Okay. It happens. That wasn't too hard to switch, though. Furthermore, the killer withdrew the weapon smoothly from the body. However, both of these are complete impossibilities. Bonk. What do you mean? Please explain your... Oh, wow! Explain yourself. To start with, do you think it would be possible to stab someone with the hilt with this? No matter how I look at the defendant, she doesn't appear to be strong enough for that. Doesn't appear, what meaningless dribble. I too may appear to be weak and frail, but I can crush men under my heel and make them weep. So should I choose?
I'm strangely turned on right now.
I've been waiting to use that sound effect. Let's go. The objection stands. I wept a bit back there, I must admit. Let's go! Judge finally sees the light. That isn't the only issue here. If this sword was truly stabbed into the body up into the hilt, well, just look at all the branches on it. It certainly wouldn't have come out smoothly. That's... We also have the problem of the amount of bleeding. It's true that when the blade is left in the body, it acts as a plug of sorts. However, when the weapon is shaped like this, it's an entirely different story. The wound would be too large for the blade to completely stop the bleeding. Okay, so let's go. I was right on all accounts. Thank you for the bit. Hello, Izza. Welcome in. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I wanted to do. How are you doing? Yeah. Hope you're doing well. Go check out Izza. They're very cool. That's nothing more than a conjecture. In reality, the victim was stabbed with the Shichishito. Even a weapon of this nature may still sometimes slide out smoothly and may still sometimes stop the blood loss. I'm not finished. There is still one more conclusive contradiction. You still got more? This one is simple. If the sword really was thrust all the way to the hilt, why is there only blood on the tip of it? Ah! This seems like a very easy case so far. I'm sure it's gonna get much harder, but... This beginning section, I'm blowing through this. I usually don't. Especially not this late in the game. If this witness is telling the truth, then there should be blood along the entire length of the sword. No! Bonk. Oh, wow! Bravo, Miles Edgeworth. Facing this many contradictions from a single piece of evidence. All the other attorneys I know maybe manage one, if that. But what does all this mean? You haven't proven any contradictions regarding the murder weapon, but... Why whip the judge? Why not? I wish she would whip me. Having come this far, there can only be one answer. And that is... the weapon used to kill the victim was not a Shichishito. What? A foolishly foolish idea born from the foolish mind of a foolishly foolhardy... I was so close to getting that right. A foolishly foolish idea born from the foolish mind of a foolhardy foolish fool. Here we go. Second try. Let's examine this again. What was it made of? What was it that made us think of this sword as the murder weapon? Well... it's because Mystic Amy was holding it. Exactly. However, if you reflect on this, that is the only basis we have to assume such a thing. The impression left by the scene was just too strong that is what influenced us. It influenced us to believe that the Shichishito was the murder weapon. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Order, order, order. Wah! So, maybe the Shichishito was not the murder weapon. Even if that is the case, it changes nothing, Miles Edgeworth. Kind of feel like the autopsy report should have noted that the sword wasn't in fact the murder weapon. Yeah. Fire the damned coroner. Yeah, they should fire a lot of people in this game, but you know what? It's all part of the fun. Because if you even look at it, I don't even say, it doesn't say loss of blood from stab in the back. It should be pretty obvious that it was not stabbed by a three-pronged sword, because there's only one entry wound, so, you know. Should be pretty obvious, but no. So they know she got stabbed. Good game, good game. It is good. This lister here saw everything. She saw the defendant stab the victim just with a sword-like object. That's true. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth? If that is so, I would like the prosecution to answer the obvious question it raises. The obvious question? Yes, namely, Where did the real murder weapon disappear to? It goes without saying that the police searched the main hall and the surrounding area. Perhaps the prosecution can enlighten us as to if a sword-like object was found. That's... Answer the question, Miss Von Karma. Gives them an air of mystery so that the lawyers can do their lawyering with flair. Oh yeah, they did it on purpose. That'd be so funny if the coroners actually knew everything already. And they just wanted the lawyers to have fun, so they're like, I'll just leave out some details. It'll be fun. It'll be funny. No evidence of that kind was found. You know, a lot of people in this court were like, oh, you were impersonated Phoenix. Well, damn. Oh, well, let's see if you can do better then. So, like, questionable things in courtroom? I'm confused. Hold on. A lot of people in this court, I gotta read this slowly. Too much reading today. You were impersonated, Phoenix. Well, damn. Let's see if you can do better. Okay, I think I get it. I'm sorry, Chibs. I'm very slow at understanding. My brain is slowly turning off. Ooh, is it tip time? Yeah, let me finish this section and we'll go into that. Another mystery to throw onto that pile. A trial without a murder weapon is a tricky beast. Excuse me, could I say something? I just remembered something, actually. What is it, sister? I was just thinking, it's possible. Not just maybe. What actually happened was, it was just over there. Where exactly are you going on a boot? Oh, wait. They said a boot again, so it's not a typo. Is he Canadian? I think I already had this conversation. I think he's Canadian. You know what? We're gonna go to do this. While thinking about if he's Canadian. So I guess, Chip, since you're new here, how this works. I have a book on etiquette. It's like a big 400-page book about different random topics about etiquette. And you can pick a page. And then I read a little stuff about what's on it. Last time, it was kind of a bust. And we learned about just like how to address military officers. It was very random, but we turned it into something fun. So today, Dizzy redeemed page 71. So let's see what's on 71. Let's see here. Page 71. Ooh, okay. Oh, let's see. I want to see if this is useful or if this is more just fun. This whole section is about gaslighting and privilege in conversations, or they call it othering as well. Okay, so the whole thing is about gaslighting. It's about othering, so it's like they give the example about like, I've met people like you before, or like people from there or whatever. That's othering when you generalize basically. And then privilege. So this whole section is about those three topics, but specifically what Dizzy picked with page 71 is just the different types of talkers. So this is a couple other here. I think it's just the types of people. So we're gonna learn about the types of talkers. So it says, Emily carved out humorous caricatures of the types of talkers that we all encounter. So Emily Post is the person who wrote this book. Well, she wrote the original book of this. This is like 1,000 different editions, written by her company and her family. So that's who Emily Post is when they say Emily. So Emily carved out humorous caricatures of the types of talkers that we all encounter. What follows is our updated group of today's talkers. If you're dealing with one of these characters, appreciating their cartoonish nature and having a patience is usually the most polite move. Miss C. Sless? Oh my god, these are all These are all pun names. These fit the Phoenix Wright joke. Oh god. Miss Ceaseless. Oh, Ceaseless. So ceaseless. That's amazing. Great pun. All right. Miss Ceaseless would be delightful if she took a breath and allowed others to participate. She starts by asking how you're enjoying your meal before you can answer. She's told you her childhood story, her childhood history, and where she'd like to be in 5 years. If only she would leave space for others to respond. So I guess these are all different types that you don't want to be. So I guess. Mixed Door Slammer, a great grandchild of Mr. Door Slammer from Emily's 1922 edition. All right, so Mixed Door Slammer shuts down every attempt of conversation with a curt answer and usually a bored or negative demeanor. Try as you might, you cannot draw them into a polite small talk. No bait you dangle will result in a conversational catch. They would benefit from showing the slightest interest or willingness to participate. I guess what I can do is after each one I can kind of give my thoughts on them. So I guess for Ceaseless one, I've kind of been there before, and I've been working on not doing that. But when you're talking to someone, remember that it's a conversation, and the best thing you can do is listen. Instead of just, if you're telling a story and that's what they asked for or whatever, that's fine. But even then, make sure you don't go on too long. Let them interject if you want, answer their questions, or if the conversation moves on, by something they say, let it go, or follow the conversation. All right, Mixed Door Slammer. Yeah, this is actually something that I learned through improv comedy. I was in a couple improv clubs in high school, and the biggest thing that I learned from that was how to say yes and. Basically, in improv, the big rule is if someone does something, don't ever say no. Like, don't ever change, Like, if someone says, like, oh, I bought this candy bar from the grocery store, you should never respond like, oh, really? I thought we were going to the movies. You should be like, that's great. I love that. So it's like a way, because if you shut them down, it makes them look like, oh, their idea was dumb. And so you can kind of take that into normal conversation where you're like, okay, if someone says something and you're not interested, try to, don't just try to shut them down and be like, well, that's not interesting, I'm gonna go away, try to add a little bit more, even if you're not that interested, try to move the conversation on for a little. And if it's really not interesting, there are polite ways to get out of it, but yeah. All right. Yes and is a scripting lifesaver for me. Oh yeah, it's super helpful. It's one of my favorite things. Mr. Know-It-All truly thinks he knows it all. No matter your experience or expertise, you are nothing compared to him. Mr. Know-It-All has done it all, seen it all, and likely invented it all too. The word actually precedes most of his comments. He cannot sit out and just listen to a conversation. While he might implode if he uses it, he desperately needs to learn the phrase, I don't know. Try to throw a bone, you think, yes. We thinking. Yeah, so the honestly, I have been know-it-all. Oh, know-it-all. Okay, that's funny. Great, good job. I definitely, honestly, for most of my life, I was I don't think I was like an obnoxious know-it-all, but I definitely tried to do that a lot. I would be like, I know everything or whatever. And it wasn't until after I had switched out of engineering into digital arts, and I just realized, yeah, I'm just not going to be smart anymore. And after that, I was like, yeah, I still struggle every now and then. Sometimes I'll be like, ooh, I gotta tell them this fun factoid when, and then I have to hold myself back. I was like, no, I don't need to do that. It won't improve the conversation. So yeah, good old Mr. Know-It-All. All right, Mrs. Privilege or Privilege. That's kind of a dumb name. It's a dumb pun, bad pun. Privilege. No. Anyway, Miss Privilege can't see past the end of her nose. She doesn't realize that what she says paints a picture of someone who's oblivious. It must be very nice to live in her world, but it causes people to listen to her politely for a time and then leave seeking a dose of reality and a broader perspective in their conversations. She would do well to listen to others' experiences in life and moderate her words accordingly. Yep, this one's a pretty simple one. It's in the name, yeah, it's kind of a lame pun. This one's pretty much in the name. Remember, I don't want to say everyone is privileged, but it's always nice going into a conversation assuming that you are, because it will just allow you to be a little more open-minded. You know, make sure you listen to other people's experiences. Don't assume that you have it the roughest, and stuff like that. You know, it's pretty basic stuff. Could never have been, because I always found people who know more than me, so dang, I wish you could be smart. Honestly, I don't even think I was. Honestly, the thing that kind of made me realize something was there's this one girl that I dated, and I ended up not liking her a lot, and we ended up breaking up. And it was only until like 3 years, because I dated her in high school, and like I got so mad at her, like not like angry, but like upset. Like I did not like being around her for some reason. And it was only till after I got to college when I realized that, like, oh, she was just smarter than me, and my dumb high school self could not accept the fact that I was romantically involved with someone smarter than me. I don't know, it just dawned on me one day. I'm like, that's why I didn't like her. And now I can look back and like, yeah, I was just an idiot. But that was a big whoops for me. I was like, cause I don't know, dude, I let that like take over my mind. I could not get over the fact that she was smarter than me. She definitely, I think she's like last I checked in with her, she was going to the Navy to be like a nuclear sub technician. So like, nuclear sub technician, I'm streaming on the internet as a PNG. Who's smarter, you know? Took me a while to realize that. Nowadays, I'm totally fine with being like, honestly, I really feel like I'm not smart at all compared to most of the people I know. So I'm very comfortable, especially because I was at an engineering school, and once I switched to, you know, digital arts, all of my friends were still engineers, and I could just, that year when I switched, I just forgot everything. I just immediately became dumb, and I was like, oh, I have no idea what you guys are talking about. So those last few years really got me accustomed to just understanding that, hey, you know, you're not, I don't want to say that I'm not smart, but it's like, you know, you don't know everything, and that's fine. I'm totally okay with that nowadays, you know? No nuclear subtech that retired that streams. Oh, so you're saying that I could be smarter. All I need to do is become a nuclear sub. Let's go. Yeah, no one knows everything. All right, Miss Extra Exaggerated. I don't think that's a pun. Extra exaggerated, okay. These puns are not as cool as I thought they would be. All right, Miss Extra Exaggerated is enthusiastic beyond belief. Excuse me. Everything is a hyperbole. Oh my god, hyperbole. And as the fish, I can't read. And as that fish keeps getting bigger and bigger in size, she becomes phonier and phonier. She may be entertaining, but she's also exhausting. She doesn't need the extra she keeps on giving. Wildly flamboyant characters can be delightful, but Miss Extra Exaggerated does too much. She got to take it down a notch. Yeah. I don't really have too much to say. This is not a knock against extroverts. Because I don't think, you know, this is not an extrovert. This is someone who is, you know, when you're telling tales, don't lie, basically. Don't remember what reality is, you know. It's the classic thing of, you know, every time a fisherman tells a story, the fish keeps getting bigger and bigger, you know. Eventually people are going to be like, all right, great, you know. And if that's your whole personality, you know. But yeah, no, that's this. I don't want to confuse this with extrovert, because I think they wrote this in a little weird way. Yeah, because being an extrovert is not this. This is a whole different story. I knew a kid like that in elementary school. Yeah, I'm pretty sure all of these. I've probably known one person be all of these. I've been a couple of these probably. Always talked about the latest gaming console and games. Yeah. Miss Dulasa Doorknob? Dulasa Doorknob. Oh, Dulasa Doorknob. Okay. Mix Dulasa Doorknob. So the name Dulasa Doorknob, but Dulasa Doorknob. That was a good one. Here, I'll write that out. That you gotta write this one out to see this. Hold on. It's Dulasa Doorknob. I mean, the last name is not that creative, but Dulasa Doorknob, that's funny. Anyway. Mixed Dulasa Doorknob may not mean to be dull, but they respond only with monotone and uh-huh. And when they finally venture into the sentence territory, it's with something like, the cheese is soft. This is great. This is me though. Which is true as it might be, it's not exactly riveting repertoire? I have no idea. A bit of inflection could make such a difference. Yeah, this is something. I want to make sure I'm not going to go over anything here. Yeah. This one is kind of mean. Yeah, I think this one, I get the idea but I want to expand upon this in that it's not like you need to say something crazy. This is just kind of the opposite. I think they mean, like, if you're listening to a story or you're listening to someone talk, try to, be engaged. If you're just like, yeah. And I mean, I've done this before, and it's just not, it's not the best thing to do. I get sometimes you're tired, and that's totally acceptable, but try to be engaged a bit. I know I've done this a lot, and it's something I gotta work on, but try to be engaged, try to add something to the story, or not just to the conversation. I know, like, there are some times, and I like to expand upon it in this way, where it's like, if you are having a conversation with someone, try to say something that will carry on the conversation. So, like, if someone is talking about, like, well, this is like my favorite kind of cheddar, their cheese example. It's dumb, but it's the only one I can think of. Like, my favorite kind is like cheddar cheese, especially when it's like aged super well or whatever. If you just say something like, "Yeah, the cheese is soft," it's like where the conversation ends there, because you're like, oh, okay, like, how do I, as the person, how do I build off of that? But if you say something like, "Yeah, this cheese is pretty good. Where did you get it from?" or something like that, it gives them somewhere to go, because conversations are about, both sides of the conversation. You listen and then you respond or whatever. Reference something they said 15 minutes ago. Oh yeah. But yeah, yeah, I don't fully agree with that one, but I get the idea, and I do sort of agree. Granted, the thing about being in monotone, there are some people that that's just how they are, sometimes you just have to practice talking, with a little bit of inflection or, something, but yeah, it's nice. Obviously, I get not everyone can do that, but an attempt could be made sometimes, All right, Mr. Overly Interested. Wow, great name. All right. This is actually the opposite of what we just went over. Great. Mr. Overly Interested cares too much about what you're saying, almost more than you do. He asks too many questions about mundane details and is overly interested in how you feel about everything. Is it because he can't come up with his own topics? Or is it because he doesn't understand boundaries? We may never know. But please excuse us while we get some air. He would benefit from letting some things remain a mystery. Yeah, so this is just the opposite of that. We just can't win. Yeah, so this is just the opposite of that. Try not to just ask questions, because a conversation is not an interview. Try to say something that you've had experience. So if we're going back to the cheese explanation, they say, like, my favorite kind is like cheddar cheese. I love this brand. It's like, oh, well, I'm not the biggest fan of cheddar, or you would say something like, I'm more of a fan of Parmesan or whatever. I like it from this pan or whatever. You know, try to say something that if you just ask a crap ton of questions, one, like they said, it could just look like you're way too interested in them, like in this conversation or the tides, like, hey, why do you need to know the exact date and time and millisecond that I bought this cheese? You know, like that kind of not important. Or it could also show that you don't know or you don't care and you're just asking questions to seem interested, you know, kind of like a news anchor or whatever. They're like, oh wow, and why did you write this book? You know, like where they're clearly not interested, they're just saying stuff to keep the you know, but it's more of a fake conversation. So how many posts is your nemesis? Yeah, these are the extremes. 99% of people are, you know, you're not gonna run into this. All right, let's see. Mrs. Mia Centrique. I feel like I should get that. Mia Centrique. Mia Centric? I don't know. Is the sun and air. She is the star and we are all just Okay, so this is just NPC. We are all just members of her supporting cast to help her shine. She never asks how are you or responds with concern. And instead she launches into how what you said just reminds her of something in her life. She is best taken in small doses by her friends and relatives. At work, she clears the break room quickly. If she would ask one simple, what's new with your job? She would completely change the impression she gives. Yeah, so that one's pretty obvious. Honestly, I feel like this whole section was a little unfortunate to pick because the entire section is now, like the next session after this is how to leave a conversation, you know? If someone is like one of those people you met, how would you leave the conversation politely? You know, like you can't just say, hey, shut up and then leave, you know, that's not really polite. So this whole thing is about how to have conversations, you know? So this was an unfortunate, just like, this is more like, watch out for this kind of stuff. And the way I like to look at it is, if you were to meet some of those people, how would they make you feel, you know? Like if I met someone who kept nonstop talking about their stuff and weren't interested in me, I would be like, hey, that's great, but you know, I also have a life or whatever. And so what I would do with that is think about those people and just think about how it makes how it makes you feel. And then, you know, you can incorporate that into your life. You'd be like, well, I wouldn't like it if someone did that to me, so I'm not going to do it to them, you know? And it's different for everyone. That's why I don't think all of those work out so well, because some people might love just listening to someone's day, and that's totally fine. And then that means that, you know, it's kind of like the classic thing of do unto others as you would have done unto you, or whatever, you know, like if you can't dish it out, or if you can't take it, don't dish it out or whatever. So knowing what you can take should let you know what you can dish out, you know? So if you're happy listening to someone recount their whole day, you know, without really asking about your stuff, then, you know, that's good for you. But some other people may not like that, you know? Share about yourself in the same way. Easy, yeah. So yeah, that was an interesting one to do. A bit unfortunate without going into the entire chapter there, but that would have been like, we could do an entire stream just on conversations. So a bit unfortunate that we didn't get to cover more, because now all you get to know is these are the bad people, and that's all you get to know. But yeah, I tried to make it a little bit informative by just going off here. So yeah, thank you, Dizzy. All right. Bikini saw something. What exactly are you going on about here? Oh, there we go. The murder weapon, I mean, maybe. I think I might know where the sword was disposed of. Oh, I forgot. There was a A new murder weapon. Yay. You what? Who are you whipping? Well then. I think we need to hear the testimony from you one more time, sister. Impossible. What else? What else could this old woman have seen? Oh my god, stop. I saw the murder around 11 p.m. And after asking that it be reported, I went out to the main gate. And there I saw tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. It takes 15 minutes to walk to Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw the weapon into the Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out. Iris could have done that. She can even drive a snowmobile after all. Apparently. Witness, please tell us everything you know right away next time. Well, I'm not in the best of shape, with my back and my age, you know. Quite. There were indeed snowmobile tracks in front of the main gate. Here's a photograph. Alright. A snowmobile, eh? I see. Well, it certainly is an interesting theory. A game theory. I'm gonna miss MatPat. RIP. The tracks begin from in front of Hazakura Temple and run all the way to Dusky Bridge. The tracks... Wait, tracks photo added to the court record. Wait a minute. But it was raining. Wouldn't that... I guess they saw them so it doesn't... No. But it was raining. Wouldn't the tracks... I'm assuming I'm thinking way too deep. I don't think the rain has anything to do with it. That solved your pesky little problem, yes? The Eagle River's current is quite swift, meaning that it doesn't freeze over in the winter, making it the perfect place to dispose of the murder weapon. Did she really go to the river to dispose of the murder weapon? Bonk. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, your cross-examination, please. Oi. You're sure about that time? Yes, I was worried about it after all. Why was that? Because I have a strong sense of responsibility, especially at this time of year. The acolyte was being doused in freezing water at the time. I couldn't very well take it easy in the bath all night, now could I? So at 11 I decided to leave Hazakura Temple. Her estimation of the time seems reliable, at least. Please continue, sister. You asked Phoenix Wright to report a crime, correct? Right. The one who had trampled me. Oh. I thought it was Larry who... Okay, well, rip Phoenix. Oh, I remember. Yeah, we totally stepped on her. That was funny. I mean, it wasn't, but it was, you know? It seems she is the type to hold a grudge. There isn't a phone in the main hall, so I sent him to the bridge. Phoenix, right? He didn't even have his cell phone on him. He had forgotten it at home, apparently. What a naive boy, as always. Not only do I always carry my phone, but I always have my VIP in hand, too. We know. Am I just now realizing this lawyer is not, in fact, the titular character? No, he is not. He was a surprise, to be sure, but a welcome one. I said that line wrong. He's a surprise, but a welcome one for sure, or something. I can't remember the line. I'm a fake Star Wars fan, but you know what I mean. Anyway, I was really scared, and it was taking a while to get back. So I thought I'd go out by the main gate for a spell. Ding, ding, ding. As I recall, there was a snowmobile outside the main gate when I visited. That's it. That's the only one we have. It'll run no matter how much snow falls. Now you're certain that the snowmobile was at the main gate when you arrived? Yes, of course. It was parked in front of the gate. So, she had already gone discarded the murder weapon and returned by that time. I'm not sure if this is really relevant. What should I do? Press. I need answers to every possible doubt. The snowmobile in question, was it still warm at the time? Huh? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, eh? What do you mean, Miles Edgeworth? I'm playing to a slow crowd here. It goes without saying that using a snowmobile will heat its engine. If it was still warm, then it means it was recently used. Ah, I see. I never thought of that. That's right. I overlooked that too. Of course you did. The answer in question. Then answer the question, please, witness. I don't often go around touching hot engines. However, now that you mention it, there wasn't any snow on it. Snow? Yes, for some reason, only the snowmobile wasn't covered in snow. There wasn't any snow on it. Curses. Seems highly likely that the killer did use the snowmobile then, eh? How long did it take to get to Dusky Bridge by snowmobile? Interesting. In that case, why didn't you use it yourself? You could have just spared yourself some walking. Ah, there's a reason for that. Have we got a moment for me to explain? Are you too short? I think that's why the question was asked in the first place. It was about a month ago. I was driving my beloved little snowmobile, happy as can be. I guess she's not too short. I'd fetched some water and was heading back when I went and crashed into a tree. The tree and my back both went crunch. What were those noises? Did you guys hear those sound effects? Those are gross. Just like that. Crunch. Crunch. I keep talking when they play it, so I can't get a good listen of it, but what I can hear is gross. I haven't been able to find the courage to write anything since then. Anyway, the killer must have used it. Have we gotta go back? Get a good listen. Oh, it's just like... It honestly sounds like gulping. Yeah, wait, why is it so gross, dude? That doesn't sound like a crunch sound at all. Gross. Refresh our memory, how long were you knocked out for? Like I said, it was somewhere between 10 and 20 minutes. It's possible to get to the bridge and back in 10 minutes using the snowmobile. I have to concede that is more than enough time. Is that all you wish to concede, Miles Edgeworth? For now. While it would have been possible time-wise, one element remains out of place here. Oh, and what would this mystery element be? The killer's reasoning, Your Honor. Why did the killer do all of this? Why would go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon when there are other methods? Too many unanswered questions. Your response, Miss Von Karma? Wah! Turning to me for the help over the slightest thing. Why don't you think for yourself once in a while, Your Honor? What? She's as over the top as always. Anyway, whatever the reason, the fact remains that the defendant could have done this. The murder weapon was disposed in the river. In the river. Oh my god. Another point to meet, Miles Edgeworth. Another mystery to feed the fire. Was there any reason to go throw away the murder weapon? Luckily, there is surely a problem with this testimony. Oh my god, hold on, okay. Now all I have to do is start poking holes in this flawed account. Alright, around 11 p.m. I went to the main gate. I saw tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. There's also footsteps, though. Oh, there's also no outgoing tracks. Only tracks of them coming back. So it was there. So someone walked out there and rode back. Interesting. Interesting. Had been used. Takes 15 minutes to walk, but less than 5 using one of those. They threw the rubber when I was knocked out. I think that's probably what they want us to do, but that would still give me 20 minutes. Around 11. Went out to the main gate. Indicated the snowmobile had been used. I'm gonna just show the picture to this one and then the one before it. Hey yo, was I right? I admit this photograph proves something. It proves that the snowmobile was used on the night of the murder. You have finally accepted the inevitable, it seems, Miles Edgeworth. However, if what the witness says is true, then why is there only one set of tracks? Yay! I'm not dumb! What do you mean? Iris had left Hazakura Temple, threw the weapon into the river, and then returned. If that was the case, then naturally there would be 2 sets of tracks in the snow. Playing not Genshin on the first day of Lantern Night as a mage. I got news for you, Azura. First of all, hello! Hi, good to see you. Second thing, I'm not playing until Friday. There's a Blue Archive event and a lot of relationship quests to do. So yeah, we're gonna play Blue Archive on one. Actually, now that you mention it, I probably should flop them. Maybe I will play. You know what? Yeah, you make a good point. I'll play Genshin on Wednesday. Thank you for changing my mind. Genshin on Wednesday, Blue Archive on Friday. Because the Blue Archive stuff is not permanent, or not. It is permanent, so yeah, we'll be fine. Woo! We're gonna do some Nahida pulls. It'll be a fun day. But hi, welcome. Good to see you. Those from heading out to the bridge and those from coming back. Ah, you're right. You are forgetting one thing, Miles Edgeworth. On the night of the murder, it was snowing. The tracks leading to the bridge were erased by the snowfall. This removes your precious contradiction now, doesn't it? I see. While she was out of the river, the snow stopped, leaving just the return tracks in the snow. The footprints. Change my mind. Okay, good day, sire. Yep, that's basically what Ezra did. Change my whole stream schedule. That's why I've been trying to just put like to be determined on my week-long schedule and then just pick it the day of, you know? Because there are lots of times where I'm like, I don't actually want to do that, you know? So it is what it is. Squats time. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I know you guys are waiting for the day that I get a 3D model and you can watch me go into pain. Not for a while though. There is actually a 3D tracking kit for 600 bucks, the Sony Mocha P. And it looks super cool. Maybe one day I'll do it. Basically like a headband, 2 bracelets and 2 anklets, and it just kind of tracks and automatically updates. It's super cool. Because normally like mocap suits are like stupid expensive. And like camera, just like having a camera track you is not good. But the Sony Mocha P is actually kind of cool. So maybe one day I'll do it. We'll see. What do you have to say now, Miles Edgeworth? Is there a flaw here in the theory? It's flawless. It's a contradiction. Wait. This is the, wait. There's a contradiction, right? That's what I have to prove? The tracks to the river were covered in snow. What a nice theory. However, Miss Von Karma, that's impossible. Would you care to explain? Why is the root index finger currently pointed in my general direction? Also, thank you for the squats. I am now tired. No need, the evidence will do all the talking for me. Bonk. On the night of the murder, the killer went to and returned from Dusky Bridge. In order to dispose of the murder weapon, those outgoing tracks were erased by snow. Or so claims Miss Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth, present your contradictory. I'm gonna do this. I know what it is, it's the footsteps, but I feel like I'm gonna misclick. Evidence. Oh, I just present the photo. Yep, see, there's footprints. I'm surprised I got this, like, first try. I'm getting better. That's what I'm here for. Here's the evidence. What do you have to say, Your Honor? This reminds me of when I was a little hockey goon in training. He is Canadian! I'm not about to switch up to a Canadian accent, because God knows I don't know how to do a Canadian accent. But I feel justified in finally getting confirmation that he's Canadian. Awesome. When I was a child, I hoped for school to be cancelled due to heavy snowfall. Perhaps, Mr. Edgeworth, it would have been better for you had the court snowed in. That's all this evidence says to me in any case. Nothing else. Wait, how is that not right? Oh dear. You seem to have missed Miles. How is that wrong? There are literal footprints in the snow. Hold on. Or do they want me to say that it rained or something dumb? Because, right? I guess maybe these footprints were made. You couldn't tell me when they were made, but... Let's... Weather report, then. Let's check the weather data. It was not raining at all, actually. Okay, never mind. I don't know why I had the rain in my head. Rain was last case. Dusky Bridge. What do I have? Oh, she would have been covered in snow. Wait. Because it would have been snowing. She would have been knocked out, and that, yeah, so she should be covered in snow as well. No. Oh, here we go. Ultimately, it comes down to one point. I was kind of close. That being, whether or not it was snowing in that courtyard when the victim was stabbed. That's right, but proving that is incredibly easy. If we want to know whether it was snowing or not, this photo will tell us everything. Of course, I am referring to the photo of the crime scene. As you can see, everything is covered in snow, with just one exception, and that is the victim herself, Miss Elise Donham. Why is there no snow on top of her? The answer is simple. It had stopped snowing when she killed, that's why. Gah. In other words, if the killer really did go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon, then in this photograph there should be 2 sets of tracks. Gah. Bonk. Order, order. Just what are you? Ooh-ah! Just what are you suggesting, Miles Edgeworth? To be honest, I am not entirely sure myself, but this is simply what all of the facts point to. That night, someone used the snowmobile to leave Hazakura Temple. Neom. On the edge of my seat, this is riveting. Oh yeah, it's only gonna get better from here. From the tracks left, it can be understood that they were heading for Dusky Bridge. At that time, it was still snowing. Of course it was, because those tracks were erased by the snow. Then, when this person returned to Hazakura Temple, the snow had stopped. Thus, the return tracks remained. Can I say something? This all sounds a bit fishy to me. What does, sister? There is only one key for the snowmobile. Furthermore, on the night in question, we know that the defendant had it. The key was found in her room after the murder, which can only mean that night, Iris used the snowmobile to go to the inner temple. But Iris said she never went there. I should probably press on this point more when I get the chance. Okay. The snowmobile can't cross the suspension bridge, so she must have left it on the Hazakura side of the bridge and crossed on foot. Okay. Well, that sounds right. But what's odd is when I left Iris and returned to Hazakura Temple. Oh, witness, okay. I didn't see anything near Dusky Bridge. You must have just failed to see it, sister. Maybe, but when I made it back to Hazakura Temple... Oh, I bet the murder weapon is down in Heavenly Hall. And I bet that's what Larry's hiding. Larry's hiding the murder weapon. God damn it, Larry. It was there by the main gate, the snowmobile, I mean. I know what I saw. I was covered in snow, too. But... that isn't possible! Bonk, bonk, bonk. Order, order, order in the court! What does all this mean? So, then what was the snowmobile used for? Wasn't taken by the defendant when she went to the inner temple. If it had been there, then the witness couldn't possibly have seen it by the gate. Furthermore, it wasn't used by the killer to dispose of the murder weapon. If that was the case, there should be 2 sets of tracks in this photo. All we know is this. Hold on. Okay. Sorry. After it stopped snowing, someone used the snowmobile to return to Hazakura Temple. I never thought such a simple snowmobile could cause so much trouble. Bonk. I think we've learned all we can from this witness. Yes, I've nothing more to add. I've told you everything that I know. But then, that still leaves us with the same problem. If only there was someone, a witness, who could testify to have seen the snowmobile. A witness, huh? Was there no one out walking perhaps near Dusky Bridge that night? I don't think that's likely. It was cold enough to freeze your ears off. Only an idiot would go out wandering like that. Ah, an idiot. I know one of those, Larry. Unless they had something really important to do. That's a shame. Hold on. Something is coming to me. An idiot may well have gone wandering out to the subarctic tonight. I knew it. Your Honor. Actually, there just might be one individual who may be able to help us. Really? You know of someone who might have seen the snowmobile on the night of the murder? I don't know for sure if he saw it or not, but there are 2 things about him that do come to mind. Which are? First, that he saw something incredible on the night of the murder. And the second being The individual that I'm thinking of went wandering outside on that cold night. In other words, he is our kind of idiot. Bonk. Mr. Edgeworth, who is this idiot you are talking about? My attorney's bad. No, I'm kidding. It's definitely Larry. Sky must be the product of Jean-Luc and... Wait. Jean-Luc Deluc's Guide to Obnoxious French Painting. This is Larry Butts, a disciple of the victim Elise Donham. A student? Interesting. And why was he wandering outside on the night of the murder? That's... I could tell them all about his designs for Iris, but it may cost us his credibility as a witness before I even call him. He is, after all, an artist. He was perhaps searching for something in the snowy scenery that would move him, although I cannot guarantee that this is the reason. And so, this unfortunate, unreliable-looking man, he is very unreliable. What exactly was it that he saw? I intend to extract that from him right here in this courtroom. Bonk. Summon his youth as a witness immediately. I have no choice, do I? I believe he is in the gallery for this trial. I will not take long to summon him. Very well. Larry? You may have escaped me yesterday, but today I'm going to get everything out of you. Bonk. The court will now adjourn for a 20-minute break. Miss Von Karma, please see to preparing the next witness. Understood, Your Honor. Good. Well then, court is now in recess. Bonk. Yeah, to be continued. I guess I can do this. Just because I haven't lost anything yet, so we're all set. Because I'm so good at resetting. Alright, we'll do another section and we'll go to bed. February 9th, 11:15 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. Get off my screen. I'm not really sure what to say. Iris, we only have 20 minutes. There are two things which I need to ask you before we reconvene. Alright, I'll help you any way I can. First, about that night, you really didn't go to the Inner Temple, correct? The last witness claims to have met and talked with you at the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini is lying. Mr. Edgeworth, it's just as I said yesterday. Until the incident occurred, I was in my own room in Hazakura Temple. Very well. The second thing then. That night, the temple snowmobile was used between the time Sister Bikini returned to the main hall and when she bore witness to the murder, sometime between 10:30 and 11 p.m. that night. Were you the one who used the snowmobile? There is only one key for the snowmobile. The only person who could have used it was me. So it was you. But why? What made you go out on Dusky Bridge? Gotta tell me. I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. Ah, come on. Not now. Stop it. Iris. I can't tell you about that yet. Yet? Not until her safety is confirmed. Her? The safety of the Acolyte. The Acolyte, huh? She must be talking about Maya. I swear to God, if you do a redemption arc for her, I'm gonna be very sad. Because I'll have to backtrack all my hatred. You can't. No, I don't want to do a redemption arc. Either that, or I'm still leading on this might be, she might have a clone or something, or not a clone, twin sister. Or it might be a twin sister out there, I don't know. Iris, look at me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill Elise Donham? No matter what, who or what, oh my god, no matter who or what may come, I could never take a life. As I thought, no psycho locks. Very well. It's my job to get the truth. You'll discover this for yourself soon enough. February 9th, 11:36 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 7. Dun 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 dun. Bonk. Court will now reconvene. Miss Von Karma, where's the witness? During the break, a man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery. Suspicious behavior? He was sketching something very intensely. Dare I ask what the witness was sketching when he was detained? He drew a terrifying woman, armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip. I'm not gonna tell her. I'm not gonna tell her. Whoa! Anyway, it's time to drag this pathetic excuse for an artist before the court. Laurie Stoneham, I hope you're ready. Get in here. It would seem that the whip is going to see plenty more use today. Poor Larry. Hey there, buddy. Ouch! Your sketch is in the contempt of this court. Hey! I was just... Ouch! You tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you the... subpoena? Correct? Subpoena. There we go. Your subpoena, correct? Look, I'm nothing but a fledgling artist training out in the mountains. I'm only down here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, to use the technical term for color, viridian. I'm sure he knows what that is. Larry, this isn't an art store now, is it? I know, I graduated junior high, okay? Look, art is all about working in the fields, isn't it? Working in the fields? I presumed he wanted to say field work, I hope. That's it, thanks, buddy. It's kind of sad I was able to understand his mangled train wreck of a sentence. I just happened to stop in here and found a wonderful new model. See, I've got nothing to do with this trial at all. I expect all your faces to be red when you realize this mistake. Bright red. Or to use the technical term, Crimson Lake. Ouch! 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 I can't, dude. I'm gonna cry. Stop your pathetic babbling and testify like a man. Refrain from whipping me, Miss Von Karma. Cross-whipping is as bad as cross-checking. Witness, that was all your fault. Testify now. Wow, this is too much for me. What I saw. I was at the lodge out in the mountains looking up the stars that night. I walked out the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. The girl I was waiting for didn't show up. My teacher died on me. I'm all alone now. Aren't I edgy? Witness, please refrain from talking directly to the lawyers during your testimony. I'm just a nobody, nothing but a small worthless man, aren't I? Yes, that's why we love you. Why wasn't I asked for my name and occupation or anything else? Mr. Edgeworth, this man seems to have quite a severe inferiority complex. Damn. He's recently been the cause of numerous incidents. I think he's finally realized for himself just how much of a nuisance he has been to other people. Yeah, that's right. I'm behind every case. Watch out, okay? Just touching me will make you just make you... I can't. Watch out, okay? Just touching me will make you internally unhappy. Poor Larry. Bonk. Well then, let's proceed with the cross-examination with no touching, thank you. We can delve into other details at a later time. Poor Larry, he's doing his best. Bam, 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 bam. He has nothing to say. Whatever's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? This one single statement is so full of contradictions. For a moment there, I thought I was going to collapse. So, witness, any ideas to where these contradictions in your testimony lie? Depending on your answer, I may stay my VIP. Okay, give me a minute. Well, it was snowing that night, so I couldn't possibly have seen the stars. The rundown shack is hardly a lodge, is it? And even if the stars could be seen, it isn't like I was there to look for them, right? He is so fed up. It's the slow pan and he's dying. See, you can do it if you try. Ouch! There's only one issue here. What did you saw at Dusky Bridge? That was hilarious. That was a beautiful scene. A number of times. How many? Maybe 5 times? I went once every 20 minutes. Which means you spent almost 2 hours at Heavenly Hall that night. You bet! Real love is about waiting with your heart in your hands. Love, you say? It was this man's intention to summon the defendant to the small shack. Using this blackmail letter. Blackmail? No, it was simply a product of overflowing. Ah! You huffy-puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining wuss of a witness. So, what did you see? I hope for your sake you saw a snowmobile. You huffy-puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining wuss of a witness, eh? Well, you see, being called those names doesn't seem to bother him at all. He's learning. Larry, you really didn't see it. Hey, no need to hit your desk, I can hear you. I didn't see it. I didn't see a snowmobile. Larry, say snowmobile for me, please. Snowmobile? If you truly have nothing to hide, then why are you stammering like you just flew over a cuckoo's nest? Bro, maybe he stutters. Shut up! What is this? I don't know. Don't ask me. Seems that I'll need to stop the more obvious contradiction. Going to strike the blow, then that will finally get him to spill the beans. Apparently I will. You didn't meet anyone. That's right, because I've got nothing to do with this. I'm just here to buy some Viridian paint, okay? Come on, I expect to see those Crimson Lake faces now. It would appear that simply pressing him isn't going to be enough, Mr. Edgeworth. Indeed. It seems that he's going to claim to have nothing to do with this in the end. I don't want this guy to cost us any more time. I need to slice through his obvious contradictions and keep this thing moving along. Okay. Bam, 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 bam. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. Excuse me, I didn't see anyone that night either. I don't remember how we became friends, that's funny. Did he see anything? Do 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 do. Ring lights out bell. Alright, it's something with this. I didn't see a snowmobile. What do I have on Larry? Was at the lodge out in the mountains looking for the stars at night. Even though all of this is wrong, I guess none of this matters, because they already made the joke about it. Walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't see anyone else either. Did he see the snowmobile? See Faye, the Korean jelly technique. See lights before the lights out. Found in the main hall. Maybe she dropped it. Salutation here. I love it. Tonight at 10. Lightning struck. Okay. Do I have anything? I don't know if I have anything here. Let's see. Walk to the bridge a number of times, but I want to press this one again. You didn't see it. Hey, no need to hit your desk. I can hear you. I didn't see a snowmobile. Hold on, this is gonna be a wild thing. I don't know if I can do this. Can I do this? Okay, no. I was like, what if I could do the Magatama? No, I cannot do the Magatama. I figured. Number at times, but nope, not that one. Thought maybe there was a way where we wouldn't be able to. A number of times. I heard 20 minutes. Which means you spent 2 hours at Heavenly Hall. Okay, and they get mad at him. I feel like it's gotta be this, right? Do I just start showing him pictures of the snowmobile? No. Right? I didn't see a snowmobile. I don't have anything that proves that he did see a snowmobile. What does he say? Going to claim to have nothing to do with this in the end. I don't want this guy to cost us any more time. The obvious contradiction is the kid. Moving along, I'm getting too tired to know what I'm doing anymore. Okay. So this is all just like a joke, right? Need help? I got this. Well, a few more attempts. I think I got this. Is it? What does he say on this one? Number of times. This is every 20 minutes, 5 times. He did it for about 2 hours. And then he'd talk about this garbage. Okay. It's gotta be this. Did he see someone? Who would he have seen? Oh, he saw Elise, right? Did he? I think he might have seen someone. Cause didn't he? God, I have to reach back to like over a month ago. Maybe it wasn't that long, but still. Didn't he see you that night? Okay, I guess not. Alright. Here will be... Is it this one? Is it under the I didn't see a snowmobile, right? I feel like that has to be what it is, right? Because he kept saying, oh, you're lying. It's not. Okay, so this is just a big red herring. Don't go after this line. Okay. Awesome. This one is also not it, right? Because they already cleared this one up. So the first one is not it either. So it's got to be either this one or the last line. Not that one either. Okay, so it's either this one or the last one. They don't seem to be making a huge fuss about this one. This one could be wrong though, because it means he would have noticed the murder. But they're also making a big joke out of it, so I feel like it's not that one. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but I don't press again. Let's see here. What would I put here though? Oh, I get it. I walked to the bridge a number of times and there are footsteps? No, that doesn't matter. Yeah, okay, never mind. Because he came from Heavenly Hall. So he did not come from the main gate. He came from Heavenly Hall. Carried at least when she was alive, her fingerprints were on it. That is something I want to know, is where did this come from? Like, where did we find this? It doesn't say where we found it. I feel like I should remember, but... A regional weather report of the crime. Might be the weather. Found the staff in the courtyard. Okay. Thank you for the reminder. Snow with occasional lightning strikes. Oh, he should have noticed that, right? Yeah, maybe he should have noticed the fire. Let's try this. It's not this. Apparently he would not have noticed the lightning. When did he go there? Let me know if you need a hint. I think I am gonna need a hint. I have no idea what they want me to go for from here. Like, he would have noticed the fire, right? When did he actually get to the bridge? It's the last line. So he did meet someone. Who would he have met, though? Oh, wait, yeah, he would have seen the nun, because she's walking back. Oh, yeah, okay, so he would have seen the nun. Yeah, because she came back from Inner Temple. So she would have seen the nun? Okay, you would not have seen the nun, apparently. Let's see. Who else could he have possibly seen? Oh, wait, did he see? He saw Phoenix. Okay, yeah. I forgot he talked to Phoenix. That was a more, like, I was thinking along the lines of the case. I guess this happened a lot later, but okay. I forgot Phoenix was at the case. He's the reason we're here. Larry Butts. I can understand. Thank you for the help, by the way. I can understand why you might want to throw your old life away. You're pretty pathetic, and you cause all sorts of trouble. I'm sorry. But having realized just how much of a nuisance you have been, that could have been considered that could be considered a step in the right direction. Edgy, are you trying to console me? It certainly doesn't sound like that to me. However, I cannot forgive you for simply turning away from the incidents you create. What? You're totally putting this on me. Now then, let us talk about the night of the murder. Like helping when I can. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the help. Sister Bikini, after seeing the murder take place, asked Phoenix Wright to report it. Thus, he headed for the public phone by the bridge. There, he happened to accost a certain nefarious individual. You! Oh, I read that as him. You, Larry Butts? That's right, me in the flesh. Listen carefully, witness. It doesn't matter if you change your name. So long as you remain pretty pathetic, you will continue to cause these incidents. That will certainly not, the reality will not change. But what do you want me to do then? Larry, what you need to do is change your inner self. But for now, what you saw that night, testifying truthfully about this one issue, is all I need from you. Edgy. I think I've finally woken up. Well, I guess I could still be sleeping. But anyway, I'll do it. I'll testify. Well, I'm not sure this'll go especially well. Bonk. I'll ask again then, witness. What did you see on the night of the murder? Alright, I'm gonna read through this, but I'm gonna end after this. I'm tired. Unless it's like a very obvious thing for me. I went to the shack around 9, so it would have been about 10:30 p.m. I was lying under my bedding while there was a white flash that almost blinded me. I looked out the window and Dusky Bridge was on fire. There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. That's when I ran into Nick. You certainly saw quite a lot, didn't you? So, what happened to the bridge after it caught on fire? It was like me after a 3-day stint of cash and a girl. I'm gonna pretend I didn't read that. I totally burnt out, like almost totally gone. I mean, trying to cross the burning remains is what caused Nick to fall. What did you say? Oh, don't worry, it's nothing life-threatening. He just caught a cold. I still love that he only caught a cold, and that put him out of commission. That's why we're here. That's why Edward flew across the country, because he had a cold. What a man. I never know what that meant, if he should be called lucky or unlucky. Now, Mr. Edward, please commence your cross-examination. Alright, let's push this guy and then go to bed.
Hold it!
What did you do out there in the cold for an hour and a half? Well, if you really must know, I was busy being excited, I guess. Gross. Gross. But also mad respect. Excited? Dare I even ask? I set the meeting time at 10 p.m., right? But I couldn't wait, and I thought she might come early, too. Well, it appears she didn't come at all in the end. We know. Because they never arranged to meet there in the first place, did they? Shut up! Don't go picking my fond memories apart! Anyway, I was getting a little worried. I thought maybe Iris had lost her way. So, every 20 minutes or so, I went to the bridge. But I didn't see anything particularly suspicious. I didn't even have anything else to do, so I went back to the shack and wait for her. Okay. This light was, of course, lightning. Like, kapow! Like a slap from Naomi, honestly. Oh, damn. I miss Naomi. We never met her, but, you know. Big bada boom. Wah! Or a little like that. Wah! That's more like a punch from Miranda. Good memories. Witness, did you actually see the lightning hit the bridge? Well, I was a bit startled by the flash of light, so...
Hold it!
Seeing that, what did you do? What do you think? I was burning up as well from the fire in my heart. And that's why you went to the bridge to take a look at that breach. Well, to be honest, it was freezing cold, so at first I thought, forget it, I'm not leaving my covers. But it had pretty much stopped snowing, so I don't know, I changed my mind. I'm not sure I care for the forget it attitude you had at first, witness. You said right away, but exactly how long after the strike was that? The lightning fell and then the bridge caught fire, maybe around 5 minutes? I mean, I suddenly thought, gotta go check this out. How far is the small shack from where you, oh my god, how small is the small shack you've, in, from the bridge? Hold on, well, it pretty much stopped snowing. It's about a 5-minute walk. And how did Dusky Bridge look when you got there? Like, I had recovered a piece of my childhood. I mean, not even the bonfires kids make during school camping tricks can compare. Well, should I press him a little more? Of course. Why didn't you call anyone? Larry, let me ask you one thing. What is it, Edgy? What's with the serious face? Why didn't you call anyone? Huh? What do you mean? Normally, when faced with a towering inferno, one would try to tell someone. There's a public phone at Dusky Bridge, correct? Well, of course I thought of doing that. Bonk. So then, let's hear why you didn't. Huh? Yeah, okay, a reason. My reason isn't that I didn't try to tell anyone. I just didn't have time to, okay? Okay. I'm gonna go back and do this again. And do the second one. Why did you go to the bridge? So you suddenly thought you should check out the bridge. Does this mean that you initially had no intention of doing so? Well, yeah, I guess it does. It was really cold. I didn't really want to go out there. If that's the case, why did you change your mind? I would like to hear your reasoning. Bonk. In which case, please give the testimony to that effect, witness. My reasoning? Okay, reasoning is it. Alright. Oh, they change. I went to check it out. I thought I'd never get the chance to see something so big burning. It's bad. So why did you decide... Oh, so you decided to go and see what was happening? That's right. We were talking about a massive suspension bridge burning to high heaven. That's not something you see every day. A real real special. Real? Can we really trust a witness who's unable to pronounce spectacle? I can almost not pronounce it. Life seems to love hitting this poor witness below the belt. Well, my motto is hit life back hard as I can. Ah! I'll give you a few hits if you'd like to, with my whip. You told me about the burning bridge yesterday, but there's just something that doesn't quite fit. Looks like, despite his change of heart, Larry still isn't telling the whole truth. Alright, I think I'm gonna clock it in here. Call it a night. And we'll pick up next Monday. Yeah. Sleepy times. Let's see if we can find someone to raid. Go ahead and do bam. And then a little bit of bam. And then bam. Whoops, wrong one. Yeah, so thank you all so much for coming. We had a lot of fun, made a lot of progress. We learned that we can buy fish on Amazon. Don't do that, but you can if you want. But also don't do that. Anywho, who is streaming? Oh my god, Yume! Guys, Yume is back. Yume is so cool. And they don't stream that often, so we gotta say hello. They are playing Poppy Playtime, and I have not played that. I want to play that on Saturday. So I will probably not stick around for a while. But I hope you guys like Yume. She's really cute, and she has her dinosaur. So yeah, we're gonna go say hello to Yume Chiyu. Bring her lots of love. So yeah, thank you all so much for coming. I will be back on Wednesday with some Genshin Impact. And then some... There we go. And then some more fun on Friday with some Blue Archive. So yeah, thank you all so much for coming. I will see you later. Bye-bye.